It wasn't supposed to play out this way. The AJGA Team TaylorMade Invitational already had its storyline set. Miles Russell, the top junior golfer in the country, was expected to breeze through another event and add yet another trophy to his growing shelf. Everyone assumed he would dominate. The spotlight was firmly on him from the start, and far behind him in the rankings, sitting all the way at number 604, was a name people recognized, but not as a major threat. Charlie Woods. Yes, that Charlie Woods. Known mostly for looking like his father on the course, and for appearing in the PNC Championship, not for taking over AJGA events. Very few expected a win. Honestly, most didn't even expect him to crack the top 10. A respectable finish? Sure. But knocking off the number 1 junior in the nation? That wasn't in anyone's plans. At least, not until the tournament actually began, because what happened over those 3 days at Streamsong Resort was far beyond a small breakout or a feel-good moment. It was a complete takeover. Charlie didn't just edge out the best players. He outplayed them from start to finish. When the last putt dropped, he stood alone at the top of the leaderboard, 7 full shots ahead of Miles Russell. 15 under par. A final round 6 under. A performance so strong that fans, officials, and fellow players were left stunned and almost speechless. This wasn't luck. This wasn't someone else falling apart. It was focused, smart, and controlled golf from a player hardly anyone picked to win. Charlie arrived as a side story. He walked away as the headline. Within minutes, reactions flooded the internet. Commentators scrambled to break it all down. How did a player ranked outside the top 600 step into one of the toughest AA fields of the year and walk out with the trophy? Was it a sudden spark, a sign of what's coming, or something much bigger? Because if Charlie Woods can deliver this kind of performance at 16 against the strongest juniors in the country, it raises a real question. What happens from here? And how far can he go if this is only the beginning? One win doesn't make a full career, but it can definitely spark one. And now, everyone in junior golf is focused on one question. Did Charlie just change the future of the sport in a single weekend? Before the headlines and the celebration, Charlie Woods was still somewhat of a mystery. Fans knew the last name. They recognized the smooth swing. They watched him walk beside Tiger at the PNC Championship, copying his steps like a young player learning from the best. But those were brief appearances, not full seasons. They were hints of what might come someday, not confirmation of where he stood in elite junior golf. The rankings are tough and honest. And up until now, Charlie Woods was simply another young player searching for his first real breakthrough. After 5 AJGA events, his best finish was a tie for 25th. Solid, but not enough to make the top players nervous. Meanwhile, Miles Russell stood at the top of the rankings. Number 1 in the AJGA. A player already known for winning, staying consistent, and setting the standard for everyone else. If anyone was expected to win at Streamsong, it was Miles. The field was full of strong talent, but he wasn't just another contender. He was the benchmark. So when people saw Charlie's name on the tee sheet, most viewed him as a familiar story, a positive presence, but not a real threat to the title. What they didn't see was the work happening behind the scenes. Charlie wasn't improving through viral clips or one great round. He was improving through steady effort, practicing, studying, adjusting, and learning from every tournament. Each event, each missed opportunity, each difficult round was sharpening him. Slowly, he was turning into something the rankings couldn't yet measure, a real competitor. And at Streamsong, that steady growth finally showed itself, that he didn't arrive for attention or headlines. He arrived with a plan and the confidence to trust it. For the first time, the gap between what he could do and what he actually did closed completely. His swings were cleaner. His choices on the course were smarter. While others felt the weight of the moment, Charlie played like someone who understood he had everything to gain. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't loud. But it was effective, and that made it dangerous. This wasn't about one shareable clip or a lucky round. This was the rise of a young golfer moving out of his father's shadow and into his own identity. At Streamsong, he didn't look like a supporting character anymore. He looked like someone the top juniors would now have to take seriously. Someone who could beat them. By the time Charlie Woods stepped onto the first tee for the final round, the entire atmosphere had shifted. There was a calm pressure in the air, the kind that comes before something unexpected. He was close enough to make a run, but most still thought passing the #1 junior golfer in the country was unlikely. And yet, over the next few hours, that long shot started to look very real. And then it wasn't a long shot at all. What came next wasn't a hopeful push or a lucky streak. It was a focused and calculated breakdown of the entire field. Charlie shot a 66, stacking up 8 birdies, with sharp control, from start to finish. His front 9 alone felt like a message to everyone watching, birdie after birdie, and suddenly the leaderboard didn't just show his name, it showed complete control of the moment. Reuters reported the final total at 15 under, with Charlie finishing 7 shots ahead of tournament favorite Miles Russell. This wasn't a tight ending or a last-minute escape. It was a convincing, clear win, and not against an easy field. NBC Sports even called this the strongest AEA lineup of the year, packed with the best junior golfers anywhere. Golf Digest said his jump in the rankings would be one for the record books, but even that doesn't capture the full picture. What truly caught everyone's attention was how he did it. Charlie played with calm, patience, and the kind of control you rarely see in someone his age. When the pressure increased and the cameras turned on, many players tightened up. Charlie didn't. He stayed focused, steady, and confident. While top juniors tried to keep pace, he pulled further ahead. This one wasn't just a victory. It was a message to coaches, scouts, and competitors everywhere. This is what happens when talent and preparation finally meet at the perfect time. The Woods name has always carried weight, but after this performance, it's clear Charlie is earning attention for his own reasons. He didn't just step up, he took over. And in doing so, he may have shifted the landscape of junior golf more than anyone expected. Streamsong Resort isn't known for giving away low scores. It challenges players on every hole, punishing even small mistakes. Yet in a final round packed with pressure and elite competition, Charlie made the course look surprisingly manageable. Not by overpowering it, and not by taking wild chances, but by thinking through each shot like someone far older and more experienced. He avoided unnecessary risks, planned smartly, and played with a level of maturity that stood out. He didn't just prevent mistakes, he predicted them and navigated around them. While others tried to create highlight moments, Charlie focused on being efficient and consistent. Par when it mattered, birdie when it counted. Every choice looked intentional, the result of more than just talent. This round wasn't only physical. It was mental. It showed emotional control, patience, and a clear understanding of when to push and when to stay steady. According to the New York Post, even Tiger said Charlie is building his own path, and it's becoming obvious that his approach is built on discipline and clarity, not showmanship. It makes you wonder, is this simply natural ability? Or have we been watching years of strong mental training coming to the surface? Charlie didn't win this tournament with flash or loud moments. He won it by staying quiet, letting his game speak for him, and proving he could think his way through one of the toughest junior events of the season. It wasn't the most dramatic round of the year, but it might have been the smartest, and that's what can unsettle other players the most. Anyone can have a hot round, but outthinking the field? That's something entirely different. For years, Charlie Woods was viewed through the lens of a legendary last name. But now, the attention feels different. Streamsong showed what happens when the next generation stops following and starts leading. Charlie isn't just Tiger's son anymore. He's become a serious force that top juniors didn't see coming. And now, they're trying to catch up. If this is the level he's starting from, the junior golf landscape may have just shifted in a big way. This wasn't a lucky win. Charlie outplayed some of the strongest competitors at one of the AJGA's toughest events, and he made it look like only the beginning. So what happens now? College coaches are paying close attention. PGA Tour exemptions suddenly don't feel as far away as they once did. And with the calm attitude he showed, the discipline in his game, and a last name that still turns heads on every course, it doesn't seem unreasonable to wonder if a professional path might come sooner than expected. One doesn't shape an entire career, but some victories feel bigger than the scorecard. Some moments send a message that can't be ignored. This wasn't just a leaderboard shakeup. It changed the story entirely. Because for once, this wasn't about Tiger Woods. This was Charlie's performance. Charlie's tournament. Charlie's signal to the golf world that he's no longer a background name. He's a player to watch. And now everyone is asking the same thing. Is this the beginning of a new chapter in the Woods legacy? Or are we placing too much weight on an incredible weekend? Share your thoughts below. It's a question worth discussing. What we do know is simple. Charlie is no longer stepping into the spotlight because of his father. He's earning it on his own. And if this is the level he's already showing, the rest of junior golf should prepare itself. Something big has just started, and it seems like he's only getting warmed up.